Well, hello dear viewers, this is Wolf and welcome to Level Up Reviews Extra. Today I will review somewhat of a spiritual successor to Wizardry games, Wizards and Warriors. Let's jam! After David Bradley's departure from Surtech, he joined Origin Systems, and together with Warren Spector, he developed first-person shooter called Cybermage: Darkling Awakening. Even though he fit well with the Origin team, he still was not satisfied. David Bradley just was not type of person that worked well under other people. So in 1995, he founded his own studio, called Heuristic Park. Basically, David Bradley gathered a bunch of people who were passionate about RPG games. In 1996, companies started to work on David Bradley's unfinished business, Wizardry Trilogy. Of course, he could not make Wizardry 8. Surtech still owned the IP, but he could make spiritual successor, and even more. You see, main goal of David Bradley was to create foundation on which all of the future RPGs would be founded upon. All the previous Wizardry games led to this. Main goal of the game was to simulate the experience of live-action RPGs. As David Bradley said, nothing could replace human interaction. Originally, Heuristic Park planned the game to support online access as well, but during the development process, this feature was dropped, since it was far more entertaining to play single-player mode. The game also had an option to change battle system. Either real-time or turn-based battle system were both available. But this was also dropped, since development of the game lasted for a long time. Certain features just had to be dropped. Finally, on October 4th of 2000, Wizards and Warriors was released. This game was distributed by Activision, and well, reception of the game was quite lukewarm. Sadly, most of the game critics thought that game was quite outdated, that it only had nostalgia value, and that this kind of a game was not necessary. It just could not compete with Final Fantasy IX or Diablo 2. I could not disagree more here. It might be true that Wizards and Warriors is a nostalgic throwback to old RPGs, but it does add more modern spin to it. I wish a lot of the modern games kept class systems, party creation, and remove hand-holding approach to the games. Most importantly, this game has sense of exploration, which is so utterly absent from many of the modern RPGs. More than that, character development in this game is great. You get to choose from 10 races: humans, elves, dwarves, gnomes, pixies, elephant-like Oompas, tiger-like Whiskas, Gurks who look like boars, Ratlings, and Lizards, whose names speak from themselves. Each race has its bonuses and handicaps, except humans, who have none. What's most interesting is David Bradley and his team actually wrote history of all the races to be revealed in the future entries of the games. It is a shame we will never find out about lore of this beautiful world. Speaking of which, Chris Apple is the designer, and even though game is old, it looks pretty good. It also helps that music is atmospheric. It is composed by Steve Miller. There are 17 classes in total, with 4 basic classes: Warrior, Rogue, Priest, and Wizard, 8 elite classes: Barbarian, Bard, Monk, Ninja, Paladin, Ranger, Samurai, and Warlock. Finally, 3 special classes: Assassin, Valkyrie, and Zen Master. You start the game by creating the character, of course. All the races are opened from the start, but you only get to select 4 basic classes. To access advanced and special classes, you need to join guilds and fulfill their special missions. Then you can become whatever class you want to be, if your stats match the requirements. I like addition of the missions for class changes. For example, you pray to a statue to become a paladin, or burn a leech's heart to become a valkyrie. I think this is one of the best way to do it. It is really fun to hunt down different classes. You can also turn into a vampire, but I would not recommend this to you. You will die of thirst. Battle system is turn-based. You have vast array of weapons to choose from. Magic system is awesome. You get 6 different spellbooks, divided in 7 levels of spells. In total you get around 100 spells. You also get some race-specific skills as well. The game takes place in world of Galsera. Evil pharaoh named Set Udedwa Khan wanted to get hold of the Maven sword, a blade forged with twin metals, one evil, one good. Set wanted to take over the world. High Priest Anipus, with the help of Angel Kera, manages to put Set to sleep, which also results in Anipus going to sleep. Set also deceived wizard named Gezerad Ra, promising him immortality. He sacrificed his family to become immortal, but he became a living dead, a leech. His existence was miserable, so he roamed the earth to take revenge. Instead, he accidentally burned Anipus, turning him to ashes. I know the game is old and hard to spoil it, but not a lot of people played it. So, spoiler alerts here. You start the game at the town of Valea. Here you can create characters. You can get 6 characters in total. Before you start your journey, it is a good idea to level up, get armor and join guilds. Guilds are interesting. Quests they give you are mostly fetch quests. Some are fun, like banishing vampires, killing a werewolf, and retrieving a lamp. After you level up, you will soon realize that world is divided into 3 areas. First area sends you to Graveyard Crypt, where you meet Ghost Nivius, who gives you an oath ring. If you show this ring to Fates, they will tell you that you're fulfilling a prophecy. Oh, and on the way, you can also visit the Toad Village. It is a fun place, and you will get to know some spear. I guess most fun place for me was Shergan Castle. Here, you save a soul of a former lord, tormented by a demon. You need to collect 5 items and a mask, which you use in elaborate ritual to trap the demon in the mask. In return, Ghost will give you an item and a password to give it to Dragon Erasmador. When you will do this, Dragon gives you Maven sword. The dungeons are great as well, filled with traps, puzzles, and interesting inhabitants. In all honesty, all of the quests are fun. Booger Cave is also a lot of fun. You'll get transformed into a booger and must find a way to turn back. Really, it is extremely hard to say which quest is my favorite because world feels so alive. NPCs are great here. In final area, you will meet Gezerad Ra, who explains many things to you. You will need to go to Anipus's castle and restore him from the ashes. Anipus sends you to Underwater City, where you meet mermaids. Oh, and you will need underwater breathers and helmets. You can get them if you will get the shells and give them to Yardmaster in the shipyard. Finally, you will need to go to the Temple of Set. This place is very tough. Monsters here are going to be very challenging. Long story short, you will fight Set. After defeating him, Anipus appears and asks you for Maven's sword. You can choose not to give it to him, but the sword had destroyed all of its previous owners, so it's a good idea to give it up. At the end, we find out that all of this was a story which Erasmador is telling his children. All in all, Wizards and Warriors is an amazing game. It is extremely fun. World feels very alive, and some of your decisions will have consequences. I absolutely love random encounters. It is an absolute shame that this game was not received better. I would love to see a sequel to this game, but unfortunately we have to be satisfied with just one game. I definitely recommend it. Well, this is the end of the story of David Bradley and Wizardry Games. Just like Andrew Greenberg and Robert Woodhead, we will have to say goodbye to David Bradley as well, at least for now. And shout out to my brand new subscribers: Tyler G, Frog Baseball Records, Blacksburg Agnostic, X Corey 91X, CYI 3ER Punk, Zenifer, Condensator, Losk Gerwood, Daryl LaRue, Bless Prozank, Triceratops 91, Aaron R, Ben Kramer, McNichol, Just Me, Beekeeper 82, and all the rest of you whose names unfortunately I do not see. Thank you all for subscribing and welcome to my channel.
If you like my video, please like, share and subscribe. And don't forget to leave a comment. Thank you very much.